All right, my fellow babies. Political Uncle Harley here. New hat, new topic. I've been, I've had strong political opinions for years, and I've always endeavored to keep them out of the public eye, and business as well. I mean, I at work, you don't talk about politics because everybody's, it's the old politics and religion thing, right? Everybody has a different opinion, and it just breeds conflict. But there's been so much coming to light lately that I think needs everyone's input. That it just, I don't know if inspired is the right word, but motivated me to start this channel. So I'm going to start off with a few tidbits. I'm going to start in my home country of Canada with the Trudeau. I mean, they've lost some small by-election in Toronto, which went against the Liberals for the PCs, which in my opinion is terrifying. I'm not a Trudeau fan. I think he needs a wake-up call. I don't know if this is going to be it. I mean, in Canada, we have the Liberals under Trudeau who, if you're rich, you're going to be just fine. If you're poor, you may get some dental, some $10 daycare, that kind of shit handed to you, pardon my French, that is means tested, that you have to make under X amount of dollars, which many people don't, but they still need help because they're paying thousands of dollars more per year in groceries because friends like Galen Weston of Trudeau's, who get invited to Parliament and bought lunch and then given millions to buy freezers for their stores, are absolutely greedflationing the hell out of Canadians. Gas companies are controlling gas prices throughout the country. And I mean, in Alberta right now, you're looking at I think it's $1.40 a liter. Some places it's more. In Manitoba, it's up to 20 cents less than that. So it's all about the government. Conservative governments tend to do one thing very well. Conservative governments take money from donors. And when they take money from donors, they owe those donors a favor. So if the guy who owns CNRL has a donation to Danielle Smith in the UCP, you think she's going to do him a favor or two? Bypass this, bypass that. It's the same as freaking, how much does Galen Weston give Trudeau for his campaigns? What kind of donations to the Liberal Party? That kind of thing. Money in politics is cancer. It's absolute cancer, and it takes away all fairness. Now, that being said, I mean, I want to be clear. The Canadian political system, I answered a tweet on this today. Somebody said, I don't expect Trudeau to live forever, but what other option do we have? I believe was the gentleman's point. It was a gentleman that posted it. And my response was this. In Canada, we have the NDP, who are an absolute failed party nationally, who need a leader worse than anything. I mean, they're a three-legged dog trying to catch a rabbit right now. The Green Party has been decimated by Elizabeth May with her stupid, ridiculous decisions in the past, and that's nothing more than a road bump for anyone else. So the Green Party isn't even in consideration anymore. Why anyone donates to the Green Party unless it gets completely rebuilt from the ground up is beyond me. The Liberal Party has Trudeau, who is not very popular right now, who is getting less popular. It's a shame. I mean, you could do well, but you choose not to, I guess, right? So who's our second in the Liberal Party? Who's coming up, right? I mean, who's your vice? Nobody knows anything about what's going on in there. Anyway, another big one for me is what's going on in America right now. Now, did anyone see the debate last Thursday with Joe Biden and Donald Trump? Now, Donald Trump's a clown. He's a clown. He's a criminal. He's a crook. Donald Trump wants to get into office for two reasons. He wants to pardon himself of all crimes, and he wants to R-word and pillage America for every cent he can. He wants to enrich himself with the presidency. That's clear. He did it before. His kids did it as well. Jared Kushner did it as well. Come on. And the people that followed him sink like stones. I mean, Rudy Giuliani was just disbarred in New York today or yesterday. So, I mean, your choice, Rudy Giuliani, your choice to stand behind Donald Trump and cheer for the January 6th insurrections and say that it was the right thing to do and that Trump actually won. When I was a kid, when I was younger, Rudy Giuliani was mayor of New York, September 11th. I thought Rudy Giuliani was an intelligent man. He's become nothing but a laughingstock now. I mean, he's bowed the knee to Trump, and he's proven to the world what bowing the knee to Trump will do. Look what happens to people that bow the knee to Trump. When you bend the knee, bow the knee to Donald Trump, you end up in jail, you end up disbarred, you end up owing millions. I mean, how many lawyers have gone to jail? How many lawyers have to repay millions of dollars? Come on. Tying your rope to Donald Trump in the hopes that he's going to tow you out of a mud hole, you might as well just put your hand underneath and start inhaling. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now, that being said, Biden looked like he was on his deathbed on Thursday. He was horrible. I mean, he was a mouth-gaping flycatcher for the parts that he wasn't talking. And when he was talking, he was mumbling incoherent nonsense, basically trying to remember the talking points that they taught him. He was trying to remember the talking points that they were teaching him before that debate because they knew. Joe Biden and his team knew what kind of condition Joe Biden was in. And they still tried to pump him full of what they hoped were the best answers. And they pushed that man out on stage. To me, that's the equivalent of taking your child who just learned how to walk and pushing him into traffic to teach him about crosswalks. That's what's going on here in America. It's horrible. Ladies and gentlemen, friends of all ages, I'm going to tell you one thing, and I'm going to make it stick. Joe Biden needs to pull out. You know what I mean? Joe Biden needs to back out of this election. He needs to come out and say, my fellow Americans, I am clearly not doing the best I can for America in this campaign. I feel that it is the best decision for all of us that I step aside and I let someone else run for this November election because beating Donald Trump is the absolute best thing to do for our country. There. I just wrote the speech for him. Boom! Hashtag Joe Biden. Anyway, I'm going to start off with those little nuggets. And as things go, I'll add to this. And I you know what? I know when it comes to politics, because I do it online on Twitter and what's the other one? Threads a lot, that it's very opinionated, to say the least. And I get it. It's opinionated, and you're entitled to your own opinions. You're not entitled to your own facts. So, I mean, I'm willing to have any discussion on any of this. Do your research first. Okay? That's all I ask. Because I don't not want Joe Biden to be the president. That's not what it is at all. I don't want Donald Trump to be president. That's for sure. But I know that Biden cannot beat Trump in November. I know it. It's as simple as that. And the kicker is, neither can Kamala Harris. Harris is a horrible, horrible, horrible politician. Her and Hillary Clinton should be floated off in the same rowboat together. They're both absolutely political cancer. You know, when Harris comes out and tells immigrants not to come, do not come. Okay, we will not vote either. How's that? And you just said that to all the immigrants that may come, and you said that to all the immigrants that are here. So, Harris, you got a pretty big shovel, and you're digging your own hole. So, Harris is out. Honestly, I mean, what politicians can beat Trump? That's what we have to look at in the Democratic Party. Bernie Sanders. I'm pretty sure Bernie Sanders can beat him. Now, there's a whole other conversation. Are we going to talk about socialism now and communism? Are we going to get into that whole ridiculous thing? Do we want to take a little look at what socialism is and what communism is before we start spouting off about what I might be saying when I say Bernie Sanders? Because communism isn't what you think it is, and socialism isn't what you think it is. And we'll talk later about Lenin socialism or Lenin communism and actual socialism. But just remember, the next time that you need a cop or you need a fire truck, that's socialism. Anyway, folks, that's what I've got for you today. I'm not excited at all about starting this channel. Hell. You know what? I do love a good banter. I really do. I just tend to find that a lot of the banter, a lot of the negative just is rehashed over and over again without any logic. And that's the only thing that makes it kind of hard to have this discussion. Logic in a discussion is fine. I'll change my mind. I mean, honestly, I'll change my mind. If there's something out there that proves me wrong, and I'm always looking at, research it and read and go to different sources, and because you know that you can't trust many sources out there right now, right? Like national mainstream media, it's crap. CNN, Fox News, please. You really have to dig and you really have to do some research to find out what's going on. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because that's, 12 minutes, 12 and a half minutes. I love you. I hope the best for you all. I hope you get the politician that you deserve. There's a bold statement. Love you. Peace.